good morning, good evening, and unfortunately, good night time for Wesley. But he is very happy to share at 11 o'clock in the night from his local time, London. And we have Wesley here today, who is a digital marketer first of all, and then worked in email development, content development, and then he recently transferred to be a marketing cloud developer. We are happy to know what your journey and how did you reach this position, Wesley. Feel free to share whatever you can to the community because people are so eager to learn and enter the ecosystem. Stage is yours, Wesley.
Yeah, sure.
Thank
So, hi everyone. So, like she said, I'm a Salesforce Marketing Cloud developer, and I started development a couple of years ago. When I was in high school, I was really into web development and coding in general, and then I started working as a web developer, email developer as well. And at one of the previous company that I worked for, I had an introduction to Salesforce. It was not Salesforce Marketing Cloud, but it was Salesforce that you use Salesforce. And then after that, I started working in another company, and that's when I started working with Salesforce Marketing Cloud and Salesforce development as well. And for the past year and 3, 4 months now that I'm working as a with a Marketing Cloud, and I'll be happy to share with you important transferable skills for you to get started within Marketing Cloud or Marketing Cloud development as well. So should I start sharing my slides, Lucky? Yeah. So that's what I will do now. So the first slide is Salesforce Marketing Cloud transferable skill for getting started with me, Wesley Moella. And together we learn, share, and mentor Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So it's important to keep in mind that Salesforce and Salesforce Marketing Cloud is not only a tool or platform, but it's also a community of like-minded people and people who want to progress in their career and really supportive. And that's what I like about Salesforce ecosystem, is that everyone is supportive. It doesn't matter what is your goals, but as soon as you achieve even passing a certification, Salesforce Associate, or even getting those Trailhead Rangers stars, people will cheer you on. So that's what I like about Salesforce ecosystem. So one of the first transferable skills is digital marketing. So it can be email marketing, social media marketing, and even SMS marketing as well. So Salesforce Marketing Cloud is a tool for marketers. And if you have a background in digital marketing, you're already one step ahead. This platform is designed to implement and optimize strategies, including all the email marketing and social media marketing, and like I said, even SMS. A strong grasp of the concept will enable you to use Salesforce Marketing Cloud effectively. So, if you ever worked before as someone who was involved, even if it's just creating content for your company on social media or for your own businesses or anything like that, you understand marketing, that could be a role for you, and working with Salesforce Marketing Cloud will be good for you. As it's just mentioned in its name itself, is a marketing cloud, is a marketing platform. So that's one of the transferable skills. The second one will be data analysis skills. So in Marketing Cloud, we use a lot of we filtering a lot of data, processing a lot of data with data extension. And if you're good at it, if you done any, I would say, if you went to university for and working with data analysis, or even before you use Excels and SQL, is like a scripting language to for data. That will be a good career for you. And this is my thought about data analysis, and like I said, it does provide a Marketing Cloud provide a wealth of data about customer and campaign. So if you have those skills and comfortable with Excel, SQL, or you use Power BI even before starting with Marketing Cloud, it will be a really good fit for you. And yeah, data is really important. Depending on your role within the platform, you might not use directly data, but you will still interfere with it, even if you're not managing the data yourself. So always good to know about data analysis. The project management skills. So this one I really like it because it can speak to anyone who got that leadership or even have that leadership or managing skills, good with organizations, planning, scheduling. It can speak to anyone. And it doesn't matter if you work in tech before, if you work with Salesforce or any type of industry. If you're good at managing project and meeting client expectation, marketing cloud, a marketing cloud role will be a good fit for you, especially as a project manager. And that's all about, running a successful marketing campaign and managing complex projects. And all this need a good coordination. And if you have that leadership role skills, I would say you know how to manage a team or you know how to talk to people and organize things. Project management skills is a good point to start a marketing cloud career. And this one, a technical aptitude, I would not say really skills, but just having some technical aptitude would be a really good. It will be a really good bonus for you because even if you're not a programmer, having a general comfort level with technology will help you learn Salesforce marketing cloud quickly. The platform offers many customization options, so basic knowledge of HTMLs for email design with CSS as well, or MScript for email personalization will be beneficial. Even like I said, I mentioned before, SQL, it will be good to work with data in Marketing Cloud. The communication skills, um, being able to explain technical concept to non-technical person. So as you often need to collaborate with teams or clients or explain technical concept to non-technical stakeholders, good communication skills are essential. They will enable you to explain your marketing strategies and result effectively, ensuring everyone is on the same page. So being good with communication is a really, really good skills. And I can tell you, as a marketing cloud developer, for some people who might not understand what MScript is or why you will need SQL, being able to explain that to non-technical people is really important. And knowing when to use certain, I would say, tools, even on app exchange that you need to use, if you're good with communication, is always a great plus. And I would say the other skill that you need is customer services. So engaging with your customers, that's really important. And excellent customer service skills will allow you to engage with customer effectively, respond to their needs, and improve the overall experience with your brand, if you do have one, or with your company. After all, Salesforce Marketing Cloud is about fostering customer relationship and enhancing their journeys. So it's really important. And even with my colleague who are working on as customer services, they do use Marketing Cloud. They bring up reports, showing a report to the client, how this campaign improves the open rates or anything like that for the current customers of our clients. And having a good customer service skills is really important for that. And last but not least, having a good CRM experience. So for people who don't know what CRM is, it stands for customer relationship management. So any app like Salesforce, that would be the type of CRM platform. So having experience with CRM with other CRM tools give you an advantage as well. If you used another CRM system, you'll be familiar with the basic concept, such as lead scoring, segmentation, and personalization. This knowledge will give you a head start in mastering Marketing Cloud. So this is about all the main skills that I would say transferable skills that can help you to start with Salesforce Marketing Cloud, and will give you, that good support and motivation to continue in the Marketing Cloud journey. Because you might say, "Oh, is Marketing Cloud is really for me? Do I need to be really technical?" But if you, like I said, if you're good with organization, have good leadership skills, all that is transferable to Marketing Cloud. And Salesforce is welcoming everyone from any kind of different background, and that's what I love about our community. So that's about it. Does Matt or Lakshan want to add anything about this?
Thanks so much for sharing, Wesley.
No problem.
Yeah, no, Bef- definitely. Before the presentation, we were just chatting about our past experiences and what brought us to be doing Marketing Cloud in a sense, and it just feels as though your journey is just the same as mine. You work in digital marketing, you work um, you're working on some of the things that you said about um, how do I
Development,
put it?
maybe?
Yeah, can you share a little bit more about what you were doing beforehand and that step that you made? Because you're talking about what you're doing prior to, and I just thought it was really interesting. Like a
Yeah,
lot of
sure. So,
yeah, yeah. I think a
so
lot of people don't sort of plan to be in marketing cloud. It sort of comes along and it's an opportunity that is presented, but it really helps with what you've done
yeah,
before. So, are you able to share a little bit more about your that experience you had just beforehand?
yeah, sure. So before Marketing Cloud, um, uh, I was already I was starting to use Salesforce, so the Salesforce CRM and Sales Cloud. But even before using Salesforce ecosystem as a whole, um, I was doing web development, so basically building websites and building microsite, building emails as well. Because maybe not a lot of people knows, but email are built with HTML, so it's the same coding language you will use to build website. And even before that as well, I used to have my web marketing agencies. So I don't know, it's like I was destined to work with Marketing Cloud because I was working digital marketing, I was doing development as well, and now I'm doing both. So I don't know, it felt like it was destiny, I would say, but it doesn't really matter if you know, if you have not worked with digital marketing before, if you're not working with web development or even coding before, because if you've been I would say in every industry, some skills or some talent that you have is applicable and transferable to Marketing Cloud. You just have to find those skills that you have and see how you can twist it to be part of this great community that we have.
I like that twist it. working out how it sort of aligns. One
Yeah,
one of the
because
things, yeah. Sorry, you were going to say?
because I know a lot of people maybe even if it's not marketing cloud, they want to get into Salesforce, but they've been working in the medical industry before, and they might tell themselves, "Oh, I'm not a good fit because I don't have technical experience or I've not worked in tech before." But if you've been managing a team within the medical industry, are you someone who's good with customer, handling customer? Is those kind of skill that are, it's not like hard skill, but it's those kind of soft skills that are applicable to marketing cloud. So that's why I really want to push people to not be afraid to start this great career with Salesforce Marketing Cloud. And I know a lot of people as well. They didn't plan to really start marketing using Marketing Cloud. It was just a tools that was in their company that they start to use as a project manager, as a developer, um, email marketer, SMS marketer, and it just became part of their journey. But most of people that are currently using Marketing Cloud love it, even though they didn't plan at first. It was not like a career goal to use Marketing Cloud. All the people that I know who are using Salesforce Marketing Cloud do love it and do enjoy it. So yeah,
It's definitely a, a good, strong community of people that are. Then you can tell by the way they engage that it's something that they do enjoy working with.
always.
Yeah, yeah,
And I like to make friends with this within the ecosystem. Everyone is friendly, everyone is supportive, and you will feel at home. You'll feel like it's a real group of friends who are cheering you on your goals, anything that you share. And I can promise you, this marketing cloud community and Salesforce community in general is a community like no other else, because I don't know any system or any cloud platform who have this really family like community where everyone support each other. And I really do, when I go to event, in marketing cloud event, Salesforce event, people are talking to me. I'm seeing, we talk on LinkedIn, then I see them in real life, and we talk like we've been friends for many years. And that's what I like about this community.
yeah. No, it's good. I find um, sometimes you can go to events and you can't talk to people. There's a click or something, you can't do it. But I've found with Salesforce events that doesn't really exist. You can walk up to people in an event, introduce yourself, and say hello, and talk about what you're doing, and everyone just accepts each other. And I think we all bring something of value, and everyone knows that. And yeah, they're always friendly, especially if you can go in person to an event. It's always good.
Exactly. So, should we ask if anyone have any question?
Definitely. I'm just turning everyone's. We've got a few people on the call now. I'm just going to turn everyone on as a presenter so they can share their screens and ask questions. I'll just get that done.
Meanwhile, can I ask one question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you were talking about the people who are afraid or who don't think that they are suitable for marketing cloud, right? So if someone like me or some other trailblazer identifies their own transferable skills and want to get into the ecosystem, what kind of suggestions you give, right? How to make them comfortable, learning marketing cloud until and unless they find the right opportunity. What kind of skills they can acquire? That's what my question to you.
What kind of, so to make sure that I understand question, what kind of skills they acquire if they do not have those transferable skills that I mentioned?
No, it's not like those transferable skills, but how they can maintain their, level of curiosity without falling down. They just
Oh
keep on
yeah.
continue learning.
So one thing that I love with Salesforce is gamification. So for people who don't know what gamification is, learning something or working on something but you twist it so it's kind of like a game. So, for example, using Trailhead, getting those badges, getting those star, every time you finish a module, this is a great way for you to keep to being kept motivated, as well as I would say being involved within the community. Um, don't be afraid to approach and talk to people on LinkedIn. And like I said again, I don't want to repeat myself, but in the Salesforce community, everyone is friendly. So don't be afraid to ask any question. And most of the time, people are really happy to answer the question. And because sometimes if you study on your own and in real life, you might not find the people, this group of people who study the same thing as you. Because not everyone know about Salesforce in the world, but when having this community, being part of the community, joining Trailhead, a Trailblazer community like this, going to live event in your city or in country, that can help a lot to stay motivated because you will hear a great story about people who've been in your boots before, who've been where you're at now, and they went to that journey and they took on that journey, and you will see, oh, if they can do it, why not me? If they started to be working totally different industry, or they been medical, or they was a teacher before, why not me? And they move from being a teacher, working in medical industry, and becoming that Salesforce, having that Salesforce role, job, or even become an expert within Salesforce, any kind of cloud. And I heard many stories like that. So definitely get inspired on LinkedIn, get involved with the community, use Trailhead, and anytime you can twist your learning into a game, do it. Gamification is a really big part in you enjoying what you're learning. And because sometimes it can be hard, learning new field, especially when it get technical. And even if when it's come down to development, M script, if you start learning those things, sometimes can be get a bit hard because maybe you never code before. But let me tell you, any question that you got, just get involved with your community, and people will be happy to help you to learn. Yeah, that's how I will being
No, that's
motivated to learn.
What's your go-to place, Wesley, for asking questions? Where do you go? What's your first stop?
To ask question, before asking question, I will have a look on YouTube. But if not, I will ask to developer forums, the Salesforce developers forum Q&A's blog. So that's where I will look for my questions. Also, you have those Discord community group as well. It's called SFDX, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it's that. And there you have different Discord group chat about different Salesforce subjects. So you have Sales Cloud, Marketing Cloud, and people are really involved in that one. And like I said, I mentioned before, also Trailblazer community groups.
Maybe you could share the link for the Discord group. I haven't actually come across that one yet, so that's great learning.
I don't I don't have the, but I can have a look.
Yeah. Maybe not now, but later, and we'll make sure we share it with the group as well.
Yeah, sure.
Everyone's cameras and mics are on, so if anyone's got a question, feel very free and welcome to ask.
Actually, I can share I find let me add it to the chat here.
Awesome.
So you have 13,000 members, um, and a lot of them are really active. So this is one of the great tools that I use when sometimes even myself I do got question because I don't know everything about Salesforce or anything that I'm curious about. I get information from there, YouTube, and like I said, we have a good community, so I'm not lacking any help when I do need it.
Another question: when you have a question and if you post it on the Discord or other communities, when you are able to resolve that, how do you share that solution? Need not be the confidential information, but how do you share that scenario, or do you have such?
Um, Sometimes what I do documentation. So sometimes it's more within my colleagues and other people do use Marketing Cloud within my company that I work with. Is I will create a documentation for people when they might come across this problem. Couple of time I did share technical solution on LinkedIn. That's what I like to do as well. Almost every week or every other day, I will share something on LinkedIn. So, but when I come to those exact problem you mentioned, and somebody gave me the solution on those Discord groups, yeah, I will create documentation. If I do got the answer to your question on the Salesforce developer Q&As page, I will answer to them. But that's how I share my knowledge most of the time. Documentation, LinkedIn as well. That's my main channel where I share the knowledge that I got.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will come back for sure for documentation helps.
Yeah, it's always as well. I forgot to add about being good with documentation. It can be a really plus when you start with Marketing Cloud, because Marketing Cloud is so much to learn about just with that cloud alone, and having good documentation, it can not only help others, but it can help yourself to remind yourself. Sometimes you might forget about rules on Marketing Cloud on how to do certain thing, and you have when you create the documentation, you have this for yourself. It's like a reminder. But it can help others as well who work with you and make everything easier.
No, I totally agree about documentation. It sounds boring, but quite often it's how we can visualize the current state of something, especially if there's a question about we'd like to do something different. How do we do it? Then being able to show how we do things now um, enables us to take people on that journey about what to do next. And what you mentioned earlier about data, it's key. So your documentation sort of follows the data, it follows that flow generally. And yeah, no, definitely agree on the documentation bit. But then, yeah, it's just so important.
Yeah, it's true. Like you just said, data is something that can be tricky because you don't want to send the wrong email to the wrong person. Don't want to send the wrong SMS message to the wrong person. And if you have a documentation, actually, there's this case that I can share with you. A couple of weeks ago, we was trying to reach. I will get just a little bit technical about try to use simple term for everyone to understand. So a couple of weeks ago, it was trying to retrieve all the customer who opt out of a SMS campaign on Mobile Studio. So it's a studio for mobile campaigns on Marketing Cloud for people who might not know. And we came up with a solution. I came up with a solution is to use SQL to retrieve the SQL and using data view to retrieve the opt-out person and create an automation with SQL to send them to a data extension. So a data extension is like a spreadsheet with all the people that you have, for example, customer journey for any email campaigns or marketing campaigns. So, and for this, we had to come up with a documentation for all the people who will use Mobile Connect and Mobile Studio later on, because if he was clicking to one of the button, it will resend. It will resend, still pushing for those marketing messages, even though after you opt out. So it was really important to not click on that button. So it was one of the cases where we needed to do this documentation for other of our colleagues to know when they're going to use mobile studio. So it's just one of the cases that show the importance of good documentation here to help others, not only you, but help others to not make the mistake. And it can save you to make some big mistake if you're working with a company and you have some client and that company has some clients. They don't want to send those marketing emails again for those clients or customers, and that's why when a documentation it does become really important for that.
I'm going to guess if there's no other questions, then we might wrap up. Thanks, Wesley, just so much for sharing your thoughts and helping people to understand just how easy it is to get started with Marketing Cloud.
Yeah, sure. And like I said, everyone is welcome. Doesn't matter your background, where you came from, where you did before. Everyone has that one or two talent or skills that they can transfer to Marketing Cloud. It's not because you never done development before coding that you know a good fit. It's not because you haven't done digital marketing you're not a good fit. Like I said, our customer service team in the company that I work with, we do use Marketing Cloud to do the report, showing reports. So they're not the one who doing all the development, but their skill that they had at previous company or before using Sales Marketing Cloud, they bring that to their new journey with Marketing Cloud. So it's just to show you everyone have that little thing that make them ready for Marketing Cloud.
Yeah, I just want to add one more. So the title SFMC developer doesn't mean the person will always be writing codes. You are working across different studios and channels, right, Wesley?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's a good one to know.
Yeah,
And
for myself,
yeah,
I don't just code like she said. I don't just code and develop automation. I work on the
sure.
marketing side as well for the journeys. I work with Mobile Studio for SMS marketing as well. So even though my role say developer, I don't only develop. I do other things on Marketing Cloud. So like I said, everyone is welcome. I'm sure everyone have that one or two skills that they can bring on their new journey to Marketing Cloud. And it's really important to stress this. So you're not afraid to start on this new journey. And I will be really happy for you to come to me, Matt, or Lakshmi to ask any question about Marketing Cloud. And we'll be really happy to help you with that.
Absolutely.
So I think if anyone doesn't got any question, I think that's about it. So thank you for joining everyone, and I'm really happy to share my knowledge.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Wesley.
Thank you,
Oh,
Wesley, and have a
Anna,
good night.
Anna mentioned as well. Thank you for the great session. Thank you, Anna, for attending to that session as well. And I'm happy to have a good Marketing Cloud community and Salesforce community here with us tonight. Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
it's already good. We are making it better, Wesley.
Always, always.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you and have a good night. Sleep
Thank
well.
you.